So I finished working on fixing this image, making it go from this to this, and let's say I want to save it. Saving's pretty important, so let's do it. In order to save, you go to File, Save, and you're greeted with a few different options. Here, let me go to Udemy, which is where we're doing this course right here. And you can save it as a Photoshop file. That's pretty standard. Make sure that you keep layers, otherwise it's not editable later. And if you just save it as that, it is a working file. So let me tell you a few other modes. If you click here, you get all sorts of other options. Here's the ones that normal people use. Ignore this unless you have over 1,000 layers or your image is over 4 or 5 gigabytes. Okay? Ignore this, ignore this, ignore this. In fact, JPEG, you'd think that's a good way to save for the web. There's actually a better way to do that I'll show you in a little bit. Really, the only one that I really want to show you that's important, especially for a beginner thing right here, is a TIFF. And all you do is you click on TIFF, and what this allows you to do, you're going to get rid of layers. This is something that you can send to a professional printer, and they'll know exactly what to do with it. So you, instead of sending it as a Photoshop file, you can send it as a TIFF. Any computer can read it, even if they don't own Photoshop. So that's one good thing. If you click Save, it gives you an option, either do None or LZW. Don't use these two because these are lossy saving formats. And then just click OK, and then you have it saved as a TIFF image. Now, if you want to save this for web, you go to File, Save for Web. It's a pretty self-explanatory description right there. And you can do a few things in here. So this looks a little bit too large to put on a website. So down here's an option to decrease its size. So let's do it this. I'm just going to hit that. And it's decreasing its size so it looks like this. Excellent. Now your options up here are either GIF, JPEG, PNG, or PNG24. Some people call it ping. I've heard it both ways. Look for the one that gives you the smallest file size. So many times a GIF is good if you want to have a background transparency. JPEG is good if you want it to be a good size and good quality. Don't keep it at 100. That's going to be pretty high quality. 60 is generally a good place to go somewhere in between the two. So there we go. If I move it to 60 right here, it's a good compromise between quality and size, and I can save this out, put it on the web, works pretty nicely. There are ways to compare different versions, so I can compare the original to this. That's really all you need to know about the Save for Web dialog box. Okay, cool.